Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Lee.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Today we are recording from the studio, as you can tell. Ta-da.
I love being in
Liz
here.
went for I'm going to be sexy in my one shoulder.
I wish you could see the whole look. I mean, you know,
You
it's
can
got the
stand
boots.
up.
And, no, I'm good. But I did, we gussied up a little bit because
We have a guest on today, so you will see shortly when we roll the whole podcast out that we had the new owner of Hilliard Studio Method, WS for Winston-Salem, in to hear how the process is going for her, what we can expect, and everything in between. So it's really fun.
So it's going to be fun. Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, to reiterate, you know, we're here to support her and you are here to spread the good word of Hilliard Studio Method.
Right.
So anybody who has kind of that idea or wish to start a Hilliard Studio Method wherever you are, we want you to reach out.
Please do. And you'll hear a lot of that during the podcast, but also we have this new thing that you can click onto and ask us any question you want to. So if you're interested in being an entrepreneur and owning your own Hilliard Studio Method, great. Let us know. If you're interested in where Lee gets her hair done, same thing. You know, we're excited that we have this new thing. What's it called?
I was waiting.
Whatever
I
it's
thought you were
called.
gonna sell
We
the
have
hell
a
out of
thing that you can ask us any questions you want to on the podcast. And you know me and you know Lee. And that means anything.
Oh, God, you know Liz. So, no, it's Speak Pike. And if you, I think, or maybe it's Pike.
That is Speak Pike, yes.
I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. Anyway, it's new. So new to us. But in the show notes, you'll be able to click on it and leave us a 90-second message that we'll listen to and respond.
And that's
It'll
it.
be fun,
But
interactive.
Exactly. But we just wanted to tee this up because I am so excited. You're excited about not only having our guest on that's going to be with us momentarily, but the opportunities that we have at Hilliard Studio Method now that are just endless. So you're going to hear a lot about that on the podcast. If you have questions about it, or if you want to be an owner of your own Hilliard Studio Method, just let me know. Let me know.
Let me know.
We'll be right
It's
here
just
to.
easy as pie.
Yeah.
But how does it feel for you now at this point? We're down the road. She'll open that studio in a couple of months. I'm training the trainers.
Yeah.
Carrie's helping her out. What's that feel like?
It feels like I've got cold chills.
Really?
Do you see it? I really do.
Yeah,
because, I mean, you know, just a few years
That's
ago,
sweet.
it was just me, and then it was Clary, and then it was you, and then all of this. And so I'm really proud of the fact that an idea and a thought and a plan of bringing people together and bringing health into this community worked out so well. And I think the magic and the message and the sauce was that I really wanted the best for everyone, for all of us. And that, you know, we appreciate you wherever you are in whatever station or place in life, fitness-wise or otherwise, and you're always welcome. And I think it feels that way. And if you go into a business or you go into a relationship, and if you're that passionate, it's going to work. So we've got you all set up. Anyway, fact is, I'm pretty excited. And
Good.
I couldn't be happier than to be doing it with you.
Thank you.
I mean, I just hit your ear.
That
the earmuff just went straight under my,
It felt like a hug was needed, and then I was blinded by the light, and I forgot I had on these headphones.
So we're not going to be hugging during this podcast. This is going to be a very, dignified. So
because everything we do is dignified.
Because everything is dignified.
Hilarious. I mean, that's cool.
How do you feel? I mean, you're
Good.
like Leah's not having to do, but honestly, we would not be as successful as we are without you being the director of training.
Thank you.
It's an incredible job you do. And without Carrie Deaton being our director of operations, and we'll talk about this in the podcast, but one thing I have learned about business is that it doesn't have to be a vast amount of people. It needs to be people that are dedicated and know when to ask the question that they don't know. Being a good boss or a good person, I'm an owner of a business, but I don't pretend to know the answers to many, many questions. And the three of us sort of have this, and then we've got outstanding, and I mean outstanding trainers here that are supportive of one another, and we with them and them with us. So that's the magic in, I think, any business.
Absolutely.
And you can be successful as long as your passion stays focused on bringing others the joy and the health. In our case, this is a health business. And what's wrong with being happy and having good health, right? Nothing.
No. So I'm excited. I mean, the plate is very full. I want to make sure that we've got enough trainers and that they're trained well and ready to teach when it starts. And,
I'm not sure I'm
it'll
paying
be
Lee
good.
enough. This is probably going to be like,
this is a trial.
This is a trial.
I'll let you know.
It's like,
I will let you know.
Your plate is full. All the plates are full.
It's doing what I love. And, we've always wanted to grow this, and it's a great opportunity and great people. And
and here we go.
Lead them down the road.
So watch,
hope they do it.
Stick with us. And I can't wait for you all to see Lucy coming up here in just a minute and her excitement. And then imagine yourself in her shoes, because I think I have cold chills. This was my baby that I created for my daughter when she was going to get married. And I had no idea this would turn into this great business that it is. And so I'm really proud of it. And I'm proud to be with you, especially as my partner, but especially also now as really an integral part of helping get this out to the rest of the world. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here we go. You ready to bring her in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Today, I'm here as usual with Liz, but we have a very special guest. Today, Lucy Noell Croxton Skelly is with us, and she is the proud, and we are too, owner of Hilliard Studio Method, Winston-Salem. Welcome.
Thank you all so much for having me. I'm very excited.
We made it to the dash. Right?
Yes,
Did you still call it the dash in Winston-Salem?
Yes, that's right.
You're so hip.
And you are also our very first owner outside of Hilliard Studio Method to do this. Yep. And I couldn't be more excited, because if I'm going to hand my baby to somebody to care for, it's going to be you, Lucy. And we could not be more excited for this opening coming up, in March, April?
March, yep. We're on track.
On time.
We are on track, yes, thanks to my wonderful contractor. We think ahead of schedule, fingers crossed. But
that's good.
That's really good these days.
Seriously, yeah.
And ahead of schedule. So let's get to know you, first of all. You've been a client here in Charlotte for a long time.
Yep.
Give us your Hilliard Studio Method background.
Yeah, gosh, I think I started 2018.
I think that's right.
So unlike so many of your trainers and y'all, I am like the least athletic person known to man. And so getting hooked on something, anything, was really, really awesome. And, it's a testament to the method. And truthfully, I'd forced myself to go to classes, tried to, failed. And once I came to my first Hilliard class, I was hooked. And I was kind of a 3 to 5 times a weeker.
What hooked you here?
It's just fun. I really mean that. Like, y'all make working out fun. You feel so good. It's basically the start to my morning. And that's part of why I wanted to bring it to Winston is, personally for me, I say a public service jokingly, but also not at all joke. But yeah, just the community, it's just fun. It feels good. It's it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like something I wanted to do every day. And that was new for me. So I became a loyalist for, I guess 5-6 years now. I always wanted to move back to Winston. I'm from Winston. So when I finally decided to do it, I was like, well, I can't. How am I going to start my days without a Hilliard? And so I asked y'all, and y'all were looking to expand, and it was just perfect.
The timing was perfect because during COVID, we went through a process of kind of thinking what was next once we survived it. And, finally it was a time to physically move, but we wanted to offer this opportunity to you first, and then to other people that might be interested as an entrepreneur, which you are, and people that might be in a position that would love to own their own business. We are excited that it's going to be you first because, you've been here, this method, but even if you didn't, we're hands-on really supporting you.
Yeah, and y'all just have made it so seamless. Your team, obviously you, Liz, Lee, Carrie, Abby, everyone, it's, y'all have made it pretty easy on me. I've been able to bring the community side of it, what I know about Winston, and it's been awesome.
It's a Winston-Salem thing. Lee's going to tell you.
Honestly,
I gotta love that. Yeah. Full circle-ish.
Yeah,
yes.
I love going up for these pop-ups, and I cannot wait to come when it really, really does open and really meet everybody because you've got a really strong community there.
We do, and we're already just getting such a great response, right off the bat.
We all know how important it is to fuel yourself just right every morning. Liz, what's your jet fuel?
It's the HSM smoothie, of course.
Obviously.
But also, I've got a new little thing.
You've got a new friend? From Sakara Life, the Metabolism Super Powder is your go-to. It fires up your metabolism, curbs sugar cravings, helps ease bloat, and is it delicious?
Oh, it's so good, especially in your coffee. It's got a great taste.
Dump it in the coffee, blend it up, and go.
Dump it in the coffee, blend it, and be excited because you're going to love it.
Y'all go to sakaralife.com. When you check out, you'll receive 20% off your order, which is a great deal by using the code XOLizHSM. That's XOLIZHSM for 20% off your order at sakaralife.com. What made it the time? We kind of talked about how timing is everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were going back to Winston. You wanted to open it, but how did you know it was time to take the leap?
In 2019, I was like considering moving back, and I was kind of like, hey, would y'all consider it? And I think, COVID hadn't happened yet. Y'all weren't necessarily in that mindset, and I also it just wasn't the right time,
Right.
And whenever I was looking to move back now, I think I was in the shower. That's where I do my thinking. And it just hit me, I was like, we can absolutely do this. If y'all would be open to it. So, I basically already had probably 20 friends that were encouraging me to do it when I was, and so kind of had a built-in support group, and
which is
and
so important.
They
Yes,
will be
very much
there.
so.
But the thing I've learned at Hilliard Studio Method is I remember when we opened I opened my doors, and I thought, okay, this is great. I'll get my personal training clients and my friends that I know, and this will be great. And that's important to start. But you're going to be amazed at the people that really are looking for some sort of a community, which I didn't even know I was creating at that point. But I think that's as important as anything else. Yep. And that's why we wanted you to do it, because you are that all-encompassing person. You've got great friends, but you're gonna have so many more friends now.
Seriously, yeah. I've been amazed for both of our pop-ups. I had some of my friends and peers there, but also a ton of people I hadn't met yet, friends of friends, people that honestly had just heard about you guys. And I've met a lot of new people, and lots more to come. So.
I'm so excited.
Lots more. I love that so much. So a little bit personally, tell us what else you do and are interested in.
Yeah.
She happens to be a beautiful new bride.
Yes. Yeah. We just had a little bit going on in my life, in all my spare time. But yeah, so I am an entrepreneur. I have my own business otherwise, in fundraising. I'm a contract fundraiser. And yes, I got married in September in Italy, which, side note, Lee was very helpful because we did it as a surprise and no one really knew, but I told Liz and Lee, y'all knew. Well, y'all knew. The secret. And mainly because I needed y'all's recommendations. Yes. So I was like, send me everything. So we got married in September and bought a house, got a dog.
Started we did another new business.
Yes. Yeah, I do better when I'm busy.
Busy, yeah. Obviously. Yeah, I think that's so special. I mean, I loved being a part of your kind of secret wedding and connection. And I think that's so important. And we have yet to really spend time with your husband. But we look forward to it and having him in the family. But I think, how is that working for y'all? Like newly married, new business, on the road back and forth. I mean, how do you manage all of that?
Well, he is so excited and he's been so supportive. He's a lawyer. So he has, behind the scenes, been kind of helping me with everything. He's in there, probably more than he wants to be, getting everything set up with me. But we also, he's from Arizona, so we did distance for a while. So he, thankfully, doesn't mind me, being busy and on the road. He probably, we're used to it.
You're used to it. Yeah. There's something to be said for that.
But.
And speaking of busy, so I know it's busy getting this Hilliard Studio Method, Winston-Salem, up off the ground. Yeah. So, to speak to maybe those that would be interested in it, how hard is that for you?
Great
question.
Mean,
I know you're used to having, you're an entrepreneur, you're a fundraiser, but maybe somebody that's never done anything like this. Yep. Tell them maybe about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It has been a fantastic experience, and I mean that's thanks to you guys. I think your idea, it was a limited partnership. I can't remember exactly what we called it.
It's a privileged license limited partnership.
Yeah, but that's the perfect way to do it because I think Liz has empowered me and future owners to be able to do it. What works for us, what works for our community, but also staying, of course, within the method and the brand. And so it's been wonderful. We have, a few girls that have been up and helped and always available to me.
Yeah.
But again, you've also given me a lot of autonomy. So I think for anyone that's looking to do it, I could not recommend it more. It's been a wonderful experience and just fun too. It's the excitement is there.
Good. Well, I mean, we try to help without stepping in front of you, because every time when there's a question, I'm always, well, it's going to be Lucy's answer.
Right.
If you as the entrepreneur, the business owner of Hilliard Studio Method have questions for us, we will be available. And I think that is a difference in what franchising is and what I've chosen not to do at this point. Not that that's not down the road, but when you first allow a business that I've had from birth to be gone, to be out there, you really want, just like at Hilliard Studio Method, we're a supportive community. We want the success of our clients. We want to always have their back. For you as our first business owner, and maybe if you were the 20th business owner of Hilliard Studio Method, we want to have your back.
For sure.
And so that, I think the supportive community of the growth of the business is going to be very similar to what happens in the studio.
For sure. Yeah, I think there will be a community, hopefully, of many owners, and I think we can. I was lucky because I've done some kind of renovation and other stuff, and in my spare time.
She's kind of amazing.
But I knew how to do that stuff.
We got lucky with the
Well, I knew how to do. So that part was fairly easy for me. But I think for future and new owners, you'll have me and hopefully 20 others to talk to and get feedback and advice and all that good stuff.
Right.
Because I think that's really different. I mean, what you started was your baby, and you've had the experience to make different mistakes and even successes and learn from them, and now you're at a point to share that. And so you get, we've talked to this, you get some freedom in your control, but you're getting something that works and that is positive. And, to love the workout like you do, I think is just that extra add-on for making it successful.
And for you to find, and for Lee to help you find the Lee, and for Carrie to help you find the Carrie. And that's another thing that taught us, and I think maybe a lot of businesses when we went through COVID.
Right.
And Lee and I, of course, are partners in life, but when we were together a lot. And so it became a me, Lee, Carrie. And then because things had to roll, we did this, the three of us, with incredible trainers, some of which actually Zoomed and streamed with us during COVID, and that have stuck with us, and then we've added more and more. But again, I think the nucleus of Hilliard Studio Method is about the community, and we know that it wouldn't be successful without a great workout. But without Lee, I couldn't do it for sure. Without Carrie, I couldn't do it. And so you grow this family, and that's why I'm not quite ready to call it the franchise yet. But you're now part of the family. Like it or not. Like
exactly.
It or not, you are.
I think it's a really simple thing that the people you hire and surround yourself with are so important, and that your team really is everything. And I think you have a lot of support in your family, and we're going to work together to kind of find the support that you need so it is a manageable success. And I think so far of the trainers that you've hired, it's just going to be amazing. Is there a hardest part at this point? Your doors aren't open yet, but something that you didn't expect, or on both sides of the coin, something that was good, positive, like, whoa, I didn't expect for that, and one challenge that you're like, oh, didn't know.
Honestly, I'm surprised. I know and love Hilliard.
Right.
I was surprised how many strangers know so much about Hilliard not being in Winston. So I would say that's been, I shouldn't be surprised about that. But there was no really learning curve. Most people knew what this was, and they were already excited. So, hardest part.
I know you might not be there yet, or have it, which is great.
We don't want to. I've been very lucky. I don't think there really has been.
To give you credit, you've been organized. You have some business behind you, but I would say to those that didn't, because I started this with no business acumen at all. And so I think the growth and learning it with making all the mistakes, we're trying to cover your mistakes before you have to make them.
Fingers crossed, I don't think I've made any glaring ones yet.
No, you haven't at all. But I'm just excited to grow that family into the Winston-Salem community, and you are going to be the perfect one. And
I know, and I will say that about some of your personality traits, and anybody who wants to try this down the road, you don't have to be just like Lucy, right? No one has to be just like Liz or just like me, but you do have to have that investment and love for the workout.
Yes.
You have to have that willingness to, put yourself out there. You have to have that community connection. And I think what's so good about you personally is I like your decision-making skills. You're very sharp. You go with it because you could make a decision 17,000 times. I always talk about like weddings people stress over, and it's like, well, we could get married in navy blue or chartreuse. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's kind of how you handled your elopement.
Yes.
I like that you think about it, commit to it, and do it, and you keep the ball really rolling, and you don't live like down here in all the minutia.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think you have to feel
details.
strongly, in the decisions, and thankfully y'all are here to guide me in that. But also go with the it's going to be right.
There's a thing I do think that is unique about you, as from me, with the two of us are different, is that I teach the workout, not very often, very lately, but I do still teach. This is not going to be your part in your business so far. So that's another opportunity. People are going, well, I'd love to do a Hilliard Studio Method, but I don't want to do the workout. I just want to do the business because it's it makes perfect sense to do it's a great opportunity to be an entrepreneur and own a business that is successful. So you are not going to be teaching. Yep. And that's brand new because that's what I did when I started. And that is perfectly fine. Because you get to take your own workout.
Yes, I'm serious. That's the reason I'm doing it. So.
Yes. Yeah. And when you're not picking out flooring, you'll learn it and jump in if needed.
Maybe someday.
That's a good point that, you're coming as the owner on a higher level and watching it kind of grow from that.
So really, this is not just for fitness people, even though, it's a business opportunity, but you love it. And so I think it's important to me that you love it in some way, but it's also a business opportunity just as an investment.
Yeah, I would say for any future owners, there is nothing to be scared of. You guys have given me all the tools. I did come from a 6-year background, I guess, but if you're new to the workout, you're going to love the workout, and everyone else is too. And I think, we have such a supportive group of you guys, and then obviously other women in the community. It's y'all have made it easy.
I can hear you. You're asking yourself, should I get a spray tan for that? For that beach trip? For that event? For that dress, that top? Ooh, Valentine's Day? For the fact that I've been working out and look so good, and I'd like my white pale skin, I'm speaking personally for myself, to look a little more glowy. We have got the deal for you, y'all. We love No Shade Spray Tan, and our girl Holly there, who just comes to the house, does a custom color, one for Liz, one for me. We're different. Sprays us 5 minutes, dry off, clean up, go. You look amazing for about a week. It is just so good. It makes your skin feel good. It just gives you a little pep in your step. You'll be ready for whatever it is you have going on. So the deal that Holly's given us, because y'all are all big fans last time we had this advertisement on the podcast, she's decided to give you $10 off your next spray tan. So when you go to her website, noshadespraytan.com, I want you to enter the code NOSHADE at checkout, NOSHADE, for $10 off your next spray tan. It's as easy as can be. You'll love it. You'll become a big fan. You won't feel weird standing completely naked in front of Holly because she makes you feel so comfortable. She's so professional, and her color is amazing. So you're welcome. The more and more we research or know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how important obviously movement is for the body, but beyond that, the community, which we've talked about kind of repetitively. I think longevity in life comes from a healthy, wellness, related life that lets you connect with other people. And so what you're doing is creating another thread through Winston-Salem of that support for men and women.
Yeah, I think that's the key too. I mean, the reason we started this podcast was to stay connected during a pandemic.
Right.
And we'll continue it. We continue it because the connection that we feel with all of our listeners, whether they're streaming us online or doing the Zoom here in the studio, is hugely important. So I never really look at this business as just a fitness business, even though that's what we do. And we would not be successful if it was not a successful fitness business. But I really look at it now as such an opportunity. And what I learned, and I think all of us know now, communication and community and relationships is the thing that brings us happiness and joy. And so this just happens to be a workout that brings us together as a community, fulfilling the happiness and joy thing that I think is the part that when maybe COVID needed to teach us that, or something needed to teach us that you can't really be the lone wolf and really be happy. But you can be the girl in the back and Lucy's the one in the back corner. If you've seen her on Zoom or on streaming, that you'll modify. That has full support, and there's nothing like that full support that the person. As a matter of fact, you would be my favorite client on a day when we would stream right out of these cameras. And I go, if you can see her, which you were always hiding. I
said, could you see me? Hopefully not.
You're always in the corner. And I was like, gosh, she's showing the perfect modification. It's not always the one you want to see do the perfect move, but the perfect modification that you get the same bang for your buck, the same benefit of the workout. So, sure. I mean, not to throw you in that category, but you know.
No, please do. Again, that's why. The method is so great, is for all ages. When I first started, y'all, I could not literally. I mean, I don't think I could do 3 push-ups, and
now you can.
I was with me, and here we are. Now I own a Hilliard Studio Method. So yeah,
I love that so much. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but we do have Be Powerful on the wall. Yes. You will have that on your wall. Yes.
I am. Yep.
So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that was. Y'all gave me the tools, and having Be Powerful wasn't something that we really talked about, and that was one of the first kind of decisions. We have to have that. Y'all are just both so inspiring, and I think that was your book, right? Be
Thank
Powerful.
You. Yes, it was.
And it's something that I think as a hopefully strong woman, it's something that I've always kind of tried to live with, but I never had I never focused on it per se. It was never something that it was never something I put a name behind.
Right.
And I think it's so much of not only the method, but I think how you ladies live your life. And it's something that, again, just putting a name behind, I don't know. It's really powerful.
Well, it sort of, to me, it's always sort of like concise, brought everything into one word. Like, what are we trying to be? Are we trying to be happy? Yes. Joyful? Yes. Healthy? Yes. All those things? Yes. Well, how do you do that? You find your own power, right? Yep. And so I still remember coming up with that day, sitting at my kitchen table, and the girl said to me that was working for me, no longer here, she said, "But what are you trying to do? What is the whole point here? I know you've got this great workout. Give me what you're trying to do." Yep. I said, "I want women to be powerful." Yeah. Period.
And it's a strong sense of self. And I think you have to have a strong sense of self to then be able to be selfless and be, empowering other women.
Exactly.
Again, that's something I always kind of, felt within, but never put a term behind it. So
yeah. Well, good.
Putting a lot behind it now.
Yes, and it will be on the wall.
They're going to come in and they're going to go, what?
Yep. The first thing you see, the direction of the studio. That'll actually be the first thing that you see when you walk in.
Yeah. So. And so how you've got one studio, two studio, one?
Yeah. So we'll have one up and running off the bat, and then there's a second, kind of like here, a smaller studio. For personal training if we get there, or hopefully bands and gams. Y'all know I am a bands and gams gal.
Did
you? That's y'all got to bring that back. I'm hopefully gonna have it at least once a week.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've got an archive of workouts. You can do them on streaming, of course. But I remember starting bands and gams Wednesdays. And I remember everybody was like, let's do that more than Wednesdays.
Yes,
right?
For sure. Do you remember during COVID, the bands weren't as sterile or
and should we use them?
And I got this email from Lee, it's like, I'm so sorry, we're gonna have to, do away with this and I was like, what? No. COVID is ruining my life. Like, how is this? But thankfully we
couldn't get any equipment.
Yeah.
Well, but also we were being overly sanitized. Like, remember when Clorox started
6 feet apart. We had the marks on the floor.
I can't touch a band that you've touched. Yeah. I mean, it was just a mess. But now we get to play with all the equipment.
By the way, again, I say that pandemic taught us great things. We're very clean. We're always clean. I mean, this place is clean. You can look around, but we really got a sense of that now. Yeah. And people really appreciate that. And we don't let those bands get too bad.
Nope.
They don't get too crunchy anymore.
No. Okay,
Yeah,
so timeline. We've done pop-ups. We're working on teacher training.
Yep.
What are your next steps? How are they going to find you? Like,
yeah. So
all
I
the
mean,
details.
I would say we're starting the onboarding for the platform that you guys use. So that I think is kind of the next and probably biggest step to get people. You know, we have the Instagram that everybody's following along.
So tell them exactly how they can find you.
Yeah. So so on Instagram is probably the best way right now at Hilliard Studio Method WS. And we're doing daily updates on studio and everything. Obviously, anybody can email me to lucy@hilliardstudiomethod.com. But we're doing daily updates, and hopefully, I think in about 2 weeks, we'll have like a website and the booking platform up and running. We're gonna do like a new client opening special of some sorts that we're working on, and
perfect.
I hope everybody comes out and checks it out. Y'all will be like me; you'll get hooked on the first time. So just come check it out.
Yes,
I'm going to be there.
Yes,
I don't know whatever that week is. We'll be there.
Be careful what you wish for. I'm gonna be like every single day, like, y'all just come
right?
This?
Yeah.
Come on.
So hopefully y'all can come
I just want to meet the people.
Yeah.
I just want to see who's who and what's what.
Yeah.
And
We can get y'all
to
to
see it.
Guest star, teach some classes
Guest
too
star,
at some
yeah.
point. So
That'd be fun. We would love
That'd
to.
be great.
And I can't wait to meet all your trainers because Lee, you've been like really in touch.
They're
with
so great.
these people.
Really,
and she just keeps
We have a
showing
really
me who they
strong-
are. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people sound incredible.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, they're awesome. Some of them I knew already, and some I knew. So
well, and you know, if anyone is listening and thinking you're in the Winston area, and you know Lucy's the owner, but you might are interested in training, you know, we'll roll out a smaller schedule to start, and then build that up as we go. So there's always room for growth. If you want to join the team, come hang out.
And
with
on
us.
this podcast, when you listen, there's going to be a way for you to ask questions. That that just put a question in there. It can be anything about the workout or the podcast or anything, or to Lucy, and we'll get it to her. Right? So
that's awesome.
You can have that access.
Yeah,
too.
that'll be in show notes.
We're giving them every bit of access they can with Lucy.
I do.
She's
but do follow us on Instagram. That's where Abby is kind of managing that for me, and she gets everything.
You're an
out.
Instagram girl now. You said, I don't do all that, Liz. I'm like, oh, you just wait.
Is that saying something? Like that was that was the hardest part, actually. There's the answer. Figuring out social media. Like Liz, like the first day you were like showing me how to link something. I was like, oh, this is not going to go well. But yeah, if that's the worst thing I have to deal with, okay.
Yeah, and that's good. And you've got good support there with our person and now your person. Abby Bruggs, she's great. So.
We're just so excited for you.
Yeah,
I am too.
So,
and I'm very honored that y'all kind of entrusted me with this. It's
we're honored. I'm excited.
It's gonna be great.
I'm nervous though. I'm like a new parent. Yeah. I'm like, what? Okay, I want to just see what it looks like, and then, you know, you keep sending these pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Meaning the studio.
I was gonna say thank you.
It's like, and you're so pretty too. No, but
it's studio.
No, it's just
coming
so
together.
exciting.
Yeah.
But this is incredible that you would come to Charlotte and be with us here. And so maybe we'll do it again when we're up there.
Yes.
For sure.
And, you know, y'all, and if you have other questions, you can always ask anything either on the podcast or to Hilliard Studio Method info anywhere, and we'll get it to Lucy. Yes. Especially before that website is out, which might be soon.
Yes, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So thank y'all again for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. We're just happy and glad we're friends and now family and business and all of it. So y'all support Hilliard Studio Method Winston-Salem.
Yes.
And we'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.